Hi, welcome back. It is Laura at Hyperstamper. I did another revamp today of one of my junk journals, and I really like how it turned out. So this has been on in my Etsy shop for a while, so I thought it must need a refresh. So I've completely redid the cover. What I did leave was this beautiful, very old piece of driftwood that I've turned into a very sturdy handle. I've added some vintage doilies here, some vintage trim, and then this beautiful removable vintage brooch in the center of this beautiful vintage applique piece, this floral applique. The book itself is from 1959, and it's a really good size. Let me just do a little measuring here with my vintage ruler. It is almost 7 by almost 10. Wow, that's a really good size journal. I've got my lovely vintage beads all down the side here. I just love how it turned out. So let me take you on a little journey here, and I've added lots more to the insides as well before I put it in my Etsy shop at hyperstamper.etsy.com. And yeah, let's have a look at all of the authentic antique and vintage ephemera in here. So this is the original first page of the book, 1959, and here's another 1940s children's book page, which I love. I made this little cluster up here, and I pulled that from an antique book. It says Thought Book. I thought that was really cool. This is a vintage arithmetic flashcard. Spoiler alert, the answer is 4. Oh, okay. Antique music sheet, and then some of my 2 different kinds of pressed flowers there, and I just think they're beautiful. Here we go. This is a plate from the 1890s, and these are early 1900 botanical page plates. And this is one of my favorite postcards. This is the American Falls, and it is from the 1940s. Isn't it beautiful? I just love it. I love these when I find these ones with the border around them like this, and they almost look like a watercolor. They're stunning. I love them. I put a little hidden journaling spot there, an original 1950s bingo card here. More space here. Isn't that fun, from the 50s? This is from 1923, this beautiful European map. Full color. It's absolutely beautiful. I didn't touch it. I left that one alone because it's so beautiful. And then here we've got another little children's book page. And this is from Country Life Reader, this beautiful little bird's nest down here. More botanicals. Looks like these are some different kinds of cactuses maybe. And I love this old photograph. It is from the 60s, so it's almost 60 years old. Yeah, isn't that fun? Looks like they're at a shower, maybe a bridal shower. And then this is a little booklet I made with my cutoffs. So lots of journaling space in here as well. All authentic ephemera in there too. Isn't that great? From 1927. Lovely little piece here. And I've got a 100-euro banknote here from 1924. And then this is a 1960s payday card. You can have fun upcycling that, doing all kinds of arty things with it. More children's book pages from the 40s and the 1950s crochet book page. Fun little pocket here, also from the, that one's from the 40s. And this is a very fun, colorful first page of a book, Best in Children's Books. I love the green and blue combination there. And look at this fun page. I love it. You can already tell that this is from the 40s. This is right in the heat of World War II, and many publications, magazines and such had updates. It was the only way they could find out updates. They didn't, of course, have internet. So they would read the articles in the paper and then look at these fabulous wars may come and wars may go, but hats, I guess they stick around forever. So that's kind of fun. Isn't that lovely? I really like that piece. It's beautiful and historic at the same time. 1955 American Highways Road Map. Fun cluster up here. This is a really cool German publication. It's vintage. It's actually got some value, and I just love this one because it's got the dragonfly on the cover, so you can have all kinds of fun with that. And I made this page and pocket out of a 1950s stamp collector's book page. This is a library book page here with the original binding still on there. And then, whoops, isn't that great? Look at that. That's an antique book page. This is from a 1937 student's workbook. and they did some work on plants and roots. And then this is a vintage hanky here that you can enjoy. Do whatever you like with that. It's quite pretty. And this is a 1940s original Arborite salesman sample, and that is double-sided, and they're quite rare. And I get asked for these a lot, but I don't have a lot, so I use them sparingly. And this beautiful little 1920s page here, and then this is a sweet, another 1920s. Look at the different kind of artwork. This one's really quite sweet. And My Canary, a sweet little girl in that story. A 1950s Pearl Shop receipt, and then a handwritten research paper here. Looks like they did research on Chamberlain and Ireland. That's neato pepito. Here we have a little plate here, and from an art book. And look at that, so beautiful. So I think you can have a lot of fun with that. You can journal here as well. Some vintage Monopoly money, journal in the back of that. We've got some beautiful king and queen images on those stamps there. And fancy work versus the printed word. And I turned that into a journaling card with some interior spine there. It's really awesome texture. And this came from the vintage book Bambi from the 60s. Journaling page now. More highway road maps. More crochet book pages. This is a 1950s how to sew book. I did a little window pane piece here, and you can put anything you want in there. So I've left it blank so that somebody could use all the little bits and pieces they have to make something fun in there. But I love this. It's God Save the Queen here. So this is just another actually this would have been the last page of the book. Just I can tell by where it was torn from, and you can journal on the other side. Just fantastic graphics there. And then Union Act. Lots of journaling space there. A vintage botanical book page there, full color. And look at this wonderful little boy here with his stamp book, just like the stamp pages that I've been showing you. He's got one there, and he's adding his stamps with his paste. And so with that, I added this vintage glassine envelope with some international stamps in there. Right? I love it when things just work out like that. It makes me so happy. More botanicals, more 1920s children's book pages. Look how sweet is that. Oh my gosh. This is the plate from the early 1900s. And this here is from the 1800s. It's really quite beautiful. That is the first page of a book, and you can journal on the back of that or use it for your artwork. And there's another little wonderful 1920s poem there about the bird's nest. Isn't that sweet? Oopsie, sorry, that goes back in that pocket there. And this is from the 1890s here, down this little pocket page here. I made that out of antique paper, sewing. It's another 1890s place, roadside in July. That goes here. And then this is another journaling card here. Another one of these fabulous children's book pages from the early 1900s. And that's all mounted on top of a 1950s Theatre World magazine page. And I love this advertisement down here for period costumes. It's a 1940s children's book page. Early 1900s here. Beautiful poem. Creative writing. Pulled that out of a book. Really fun clusters in here too. That's a 1955 Polish embroidery book page. And it's a gorgeous plate. Really beautiful. Some applique work there. And then this is just, I like this Francis Bacon. Who doesn't like bacon, right? I'm sorry, Francis. That's not respectful. And a little waterfall journaling spot here. Did some hand stamping. I love this page. The numbers of the nature-y animals, forest animals. This little children's book side here on how to work with colors. And the original last pages of the book. Some more journaling opportunities there. So I hope you love it as much as I loved making this. It's in my Etsy shop now, hyperstamper.etsy.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.